You're watching a special presentation of ESPN 8, The Ocho, on ESPNU.
And welcome to Week 18, the last regular season week of the Tecmo Super Bowl Players Club Draft Slot Choosing Extravaganza. Greg Davis here tonight, ready to welcome you to an exciting slate of Tecmo Super Bowl games. There's still a lot on the line here in Week 18. Although we have had some teams eliminated, there are still first-round buys up for grabs and a bunch of teams that still have a chance to make that upper tier of the playoffs. So we are ready to rumble with an action-packed slate here tonight. We're excited that you are spending your Friday evening with us as we go through the rest of the Week 18 matchups here, which will decide playoff positioning, including those coveted first-round buys. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, to the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Let's get ready to Tecmo Super Bowl. And we start off here with the already eliminated Big Chops Tampa Bay Buccaneers facing the computer-controlled Carolina Panthers. So our last chance to see Baker Mayfield in action in the regular season, which Travis would tell you is probably a good thing. And here we are, the kick. And rookie sensation Bucky Irving on return there. And the Buccaneers will take over at their own 18-yard line. They go back fast. Mayfield's got a man open. Mayfield misfires. Looks like he had Evans deep at the top of the screen, but opted for the shorter one. That ball's incomplete. Now the pitch by Irving. Bucky Irving makes it outside. Bucky Irving past the 30-yard line, and he's taken down to the 34. So he continues his run of form here. But Irving easily the bright spot of this Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense this season. Mayfield back top. Mayfield fires. He's got a man open. It's Mike Evans. So contested catch, but Mike Evans doing a great job with that defense back. He comes out. First down. Mayfield back top. He's looking over the middle, and he finds Chris Godwin, slot receiver, and Godwin. And for the first down. So the Buccaneers driving here on their first possession of the game against what is not a very good Panthers defense. Mayfield under pressure. Let's go. Ooh, and he's lucky that one was intercepted. Mayfield under pressure, man in his face, and looks like the ball tips at the line of scrimmage there. Oh, now Mayfield, he's in stumble in the backfield. Oh, he's taken down. So Wallace combining with another defensive lineman to bring down Mayfield. But he's under pressure again. And Trevin Wallace, 2 sacks in a row on back-to-back plays. And it'll be 4th and 26. The Buccaneers have to settle for a long field goal try. Chase McLaughlin, it's up, and it bangs in off the upright. So the Buccaneers strike first here in the Week 18. And we'll see what the Panthers are able to do here. And hand off to Chuba Hubbard, and he goes forward for about a 2-yard gain. Bryce Young pitches out to Hubbard, and Hubbard's taken down from behind, just short of the line to gain. That'll bring up 3rd down and 1. Bryce Young back fast. He chucks the ball, runs it, and he's got the first down and more. Bryce Young finds the outside, and he's taken down just inside the 40-yard line. So a nice scramble there on 3rd down and 1. Bryce Young. Bryce Young, of course, the #1 overall pick in last year's draft. Didn't quite live up to that billing in his first season. And he has come alive here in the second half of this season. And the hand off to Hubbard. Hubbard gets ahead for 4 yards. Chuba Hubbard was not supposed to be the lead back. Bryce Young's pass was incomplete. But fought his way up the depth chart following the re-entry to their #1 pick, the running back out of Texas, and the Panthers forced the punt after their drive stalls. So the Buccaneers, who are unfortunately drawing dead in the upper tier of the playoffs, take over for their second possession. Baker Mayfield's got all day. He's got Mike Evans downfield. He lets it go, and he overthrows Mike Evans by about 15 yards. Not quite on the same page there. Now pitch out to Buck Irvin. Buck Irvin's got to the outside. Buck Irvin passes the 35, 40, 45, 50. Buck Irvin turns on the Jets, and he's taken down at the 45-yard line. Oh, Bucky Irving, who has looked phenomenal this season, and he gets another 1st down. Now the pass, looking for Irving out of the backfield on the play action, and that one falls incomplete. Baker pitches out to Irving, and Irving's missing the hole, and he's inside the 30. Those have been all Bucky Irving here on this, really in this first half of the Buccaneers. Now Mayfield, he's got some time. Mayfield looks for Godwin. Mayfield's got Godwin, and he's in for the touchdown. Buccaneers. Well, Baker Mayfield doing a good job of keeping his eyes downfield, and he finds Chris Godwin for the big 30-yard touchdown strike. And that puts the Buccaneers up 10-0. And the Panthers get the handoff, or the kickoff. We'll see what they do here on their second possession. First down, pitch out to Hubbard, and Hubbard taken down for a minimal gain. And he's looking for Xavier Legette, and his first round receiver is unable to come up with play. Now they hand off to Hubbard again. Hubbard, and he's short of the 1st down marker, so the Panthers are forced to punt on consecutive drives to start the game. So do it all rookie Bucky Irving takes the punt, and he's taken down after a short gain. So Mayfield and the Tampa Bay offense comes back out. Oh, Mayfield's taken down. It's Allen Robinson. So 2nd and 17, and the Panthers all over this play also. Chuba Hubbard has nowhere to go, and it brings up 3rd and long. Mayfield looks, he's got Rachaad White out of the backfield, but short of the 1st down yardage. It looked like he had a post concept that might have gotten enough yardage for the 1st down, but instead it's Rachaad White short of the 6. And the Buccaneers forced the punt. The Panthers with their 3rd possession of this first quarter here. Bryce Young back to pass out of the gun, and he finds Ja'Tavion Sanders for the 1st down. Last play of the half here as Xavier Legette gets enough for the 1st down, but that's all the Panthers are going to get. They get shut out here in the first half for the Buccaneers. So pretty quick moving game so far. But the Buccaneers really looking like a better team here in this NFC South matchup. Panthers get the ball to start the second half. Ooh, and they will start this drive at their own 15-yard line. Bryce Young, he's got a lot of time. He looks for and finds him. Leggett makes man miss. Leggett out to the 38-yard line where he's taken down. So nice play there from the first round pick out of South Carolina, Xavier Leggett. And Chuba Hubbard on the pitch. Chuba Hubbard finds some room to operate on the outside. He's got enough for the first down. Looks like about a 14-yard gain on that play. Are we on first and 10? Young drops back. Looking for Leggett. Ooh, and this pass was incomplete. Now Bryce Young, he's in trouble. He lets it go. Oh, nearly picked off by the Buccaneers defense. So Todd Bowles' unit has been stifling this young Panthers offense so far. And that's led to a couple near interceptions from Bryce Young as the punt unit again comes on for the Panthers. The only possession they have not punted on was the one that ended the first half on as the clock expired. Baker Mayfield. Back stop. Baker Mayfield's got him in deep. Baker Mayfield's got Mike Evans. And he overthrows him again. I guess Baker Mayfield thought Mike Evans ran like 4.5, not 4.7. Here we are. Mayfield looking, and he's got Chris Godwin. Godwin's athletic with catch, and he's off to the races down to the 40-yard line. So a really nice pickup there on Mayfield to Godwin connection. Now Mayfield man in space, and the pass is blocked. So Baker getting some pressure up the middle, but he's unable to connect. Now Mayfield back to pass again. He's looking for Mike Evans again, and Mike Evans wide open for the touchdown. Buccaneers. So after a couple of long misses, Baker Mayfield connects with Mike Evans on a diving catch into the end zone, and the Buccaneers are really pouring it on here. 17-0. They lead their division rivals. About a minute and a half remaining in the third quarter. Bryce Young and the Panthers go back to work on offense. They haven't had much success yet. Most of their offense has been from Chuba Hubbard. And that pass ball's incomplete. Panthers forced to punt again. And Irving still sees 32. Irving back across midfield. He's got some room out to the left side. He's taken down at the 44-yard line. So the Buccaneers with great field position to open this drive as they go back to Irving on the ground. He's got a blocker downfield. Cuts back over across the middle, and he's taken down after a gain of 6. So 2nd and 4. Play action. Mayfield's got all day. Oh, he's got Mike Evans. And Mike Evans in for another touchdown. Buccaneers. You got to wonder, where has this offense been all season? Baker Mayfield finding his receivers down the field, and so far hasn't made many mistakes other than the couple sacks he's succumbed to. And after 3 quarters, the Buccaneers are up 24-0. Oh, 4.5 remaining in this game with the outcome all but decided. Bryce Young tucks and he's got Jalen Coker. Oh, he overthrows Coker. Yeah, Jalen Coker streaking down the left sideline there, totally uncovered, but he's not able to make the connection. Now Young, he's got some time. This time he finds Coker on the comeback route, and that's good enough for a 22-yard first half. Now, pitch out to Hubbard. Hubbard's got some blocking downfield. Hubbard angles towards the sideline, and he's taken down to 35. So again, Chuba Hubbard, however you want to call it, has been their best player so far today as he finds a hold of the right side, dances towards the sideline, and drags a man with him inside the 20. This is the first time the Panthers have been in the red zone this game. And they go back to Hubbard on the ground, who falls forward for a 5-yard pickup. Second down and 5. Bryce Young, back to pass. Bryce Young, oh, and it's picked off! Opting for the short outlet pass, but the Buccaneers turn him over, and it's Jamil Dean, the defensive back, who's got tons of green space in front of him. He could go all the way to the 2-yard line, and he does. So the first foray into the red zone there for Carolina, and it ends with a disastrous decision from Bryce Young. He didn't see the linebacker lurking, or the defensive back lurking, and that takes it away. Now Mayfield from the shadows. Oh, he fires incomplete into the end zone. So third down and 7. Third down and goal from the 7. But Irving catches it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Bucky Irving, who has been doing it all this season, looking to end the regular season on a high note before the Buccaneers go to the second division playoff bracket. And with just under a minute left, we'll see if the Panthers just decide to run it out or how much offense they try and generate. Calling their last timeout, 2nd and 13. And that pass falls incomplete. Not really sure who Young was intending that pass to go to. Healing or get, but anyway, it falls out of bounds. Oh, and this pass is well offline. They line up under center for this 4th down play. And nearly picked off again, but falls incomplete. So we'll see if the Buccaneers try and put any more points on the board, or just content to run out the string. But they put Mayfield back to pass, and he is incomplete over the middle. So this will be the last play of the game. Mayfield's got time. Mayfield's got a man. It's Chris Godwin for the touchdown. So the Buccaneers pouring it on here late. Now where has this offense been all season? A tremendous game from Baker Mayfield, but his receivers, both Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, put up monster numbers as they score 14 points in each quarter of the second half there. And you see the numbers. Mike Evans, 3 for 100 with, I believe, all 3 of his receptions went for touchdowns. Godwin with a couple touchdowns. Chuba Hubbard, I believe, also, or Bucky Irving as well. And the Panthers are blown out 38-0. So that is how the regular season ends for Tampa Bay. And we look forward to our next game, featuring another team that has been eliminated in Chris Horner's Rams, and they're going up against division rival Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals, who have been inconsistent this season, but when they've played well, they've beaten some top-tier talent. So we'll see which version shows up today against Horner's Rams. And DJ Dallas takes it out past the 15-yard line, and that's where Kyler Murray and company will set up shop. And they run to James Conner to the right. And he picks up about 5 yards on the play. Good blocking on that play. And now Murray back to pass. He tucks it. Oh, fakes the run. He's got Trey McBride. Trey McBride, who's having a breakout season at tight end. Really overshadowed just by Brock Bowers and his excellent play. And now Kyler Murray looks, and he overthrows their #1 pick this year, Marvin Harrison Jr. Hail is generational talent, but him and Murray haven't been on the same page for much of this season. Instead, they run Connor out to the left, and he gets a nice gainer on 2nd down. 3rd and 1. Murray, back to pass. Murray finds Connor in the backfield. Connor makes a man miss. Connor's got the 1st down. Connor outside 40, inside 30, and Connor's down at the 28-yard line. 1st down, Arizona. Now Kyler Murray with the designed run to the right, and coming off that devastating knee injury last season, we haven't seen him run quite as much as his first 2 years in the league. It's probably just strengthening that knee and getting comfortable. But there you see kind of vintage Kyler Murray on that leg. Now Connor on the ground. Connor cuts back to the middle field. Connor's at 10, 5, and he's taken down at the 3. So James Conner showing some burst there. And that sets the Cardinals up 1st and goal. Flash pass. And Murray looks for Harrison and kind of overthrows him there in the end zone. Good coverage on the play. Now they go back to Connor on the left. Connor's in for the touchdown. But the Arizona Cardinals get on the board first with a James Conner touchdown. And James Conner really looked like the best player on the Cardinals offense during that drive. Kyler Murray had a couple of egregious misses. They found Trey McBride, missed Marvin Harrison Jr. a couple times, which again was something that we've seen consistently throughout this season. And now Matt Stafford, Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp, and the rest of the Rams offense take the field. And it's Kyron Williams out the backfield. Kyron Williams got the 1st down yardage. So 1st and 10 from 32. Looking for Kupp, and Kupp makes a tough play. Really great coverage on the passing play there, but Matt Stafford and Cooper Kupp have that cerebral connection. He's able to hit him at the back shoulder. So really nice play there. Stafford all day. He looks deep for Kupp, and this time not able to haul it in. 3rd down and 10. Stafford's got Nacua up top. And they throw short to Kyron Williams. And Kyron Williams breaks free. Kyron Williams, he's got enough for the 1st down. He's inside the 20. And that's where he's taken down. 1st down, Rams. And that was all Kyron Williams, keeping the legs churning, breaking tackles, and he breaks off a great catch and run. Oh, and Stafford's taken down for the sack. Matt Stafford unable to get away from the pressure there. They pitch it to Williams on 2nd and long, and Williams fumbles, but it's recovered by the Rams. So that'll bring up a 3rd and 5. And they run Kyron to the right, not able to pick up the 1st down. So on 4th and short from the 10-yard line, they bring out the kicking unit. And there's Cardi, who makes it a 7-3 game. So the Cardinals come down and score an opening drive touchdown. The Rams get inside the red zone, but are unable to cash in and have to settle for the field goal. So we'll see how the Cardinals respond. Murray on play action. Oh, and it's tipped at the line of scrimmage. Murray from the gun. He's got a short option open. It's McBride, his star tight end, and he's got enough for the 1st down. Murray, designed quarterback keeper, and he's met in the backfield. Still fighting for yards. Oh, and he was taken down for, I guess they're not calling that a sack, but definitely was. Back pass, pressure in his face. He unloads and thrown into double coverage. He's lucky that wasn't picked off. Third and long. Murray, back pass, looking for the dump off. Oh, and he cannot get it out to his outlet, James Conner. So the Cardinals forced to punt. Short drive. And that gives the Rams just under the 2-minute warning here. Some time to operate as the end of the first half is looming. Matt Stafford, under center. Finds Kyren Williams. And that's an easy first down for the Rams running game. Rams use a timeout, minute and a half left. They go back to Williams on the ground. Williams through the center of the line. And just a short gain for Kyren. Now Stafford, 5-step drop. Surveys the field. He's got all day. He looks deep. He's got Cooper Kupp. And Cooper Kupp with a big first down. They're inside the red zone again. The Rams hurry to the line of scrimmage. They get the play in from the gun. Stafford. Oh, looks like he had Puka Nacua streaking towards the end zone, unblocked. The Cardinals defense is not communicating well, but blocked at the line of scrimmage. Now they go to Kyren. Kyren's got him in. He's got the touchdown. Los Angeles. Kyren Williams puts the Rams on top for the first time this game with under 30 seconds remaining. And it's a 3-point game after the point after try. So the Cardinals will have maybe enough time for a play after the kickoff. And no, they clock runs out on them. So we go into halftime, 10-7 Rams. And there you see the numbers going into halftime. After Arizona went down on their first drive and got the opening touchdown, their offense really stalled. Kyler Murray. So the Rams get the ball to start the second half here. And Stafford back to pass. Got Cooper Kupp. And Cooper Kupp hauls it in, and he's got about 35 yards on that reception. Like a pitch catch. Stafford. Oh, in trouble. And it falls incomplete. Stafford trying to rifle that one in there, but it falls harmlessly to the turf. Now here comes the blitz on Williams. Oh, and he's taken down for a 5-yard loss. Kyren Williams trying the right side, and there was no room to operate. And Stafford's taken down for the sack. That'll bring out the kicking unit here. And the Rams punt goes to Dortch. Dortch breaks tackle, but he's taken down at the 28-yard line. So trailing 3, Kyler Murray and the Cardinals get the ball back. Murray, play action. He's looking for Marvin Harrison, and Marvin Harrison Jr. making a spectacular leaping grab. He's inside the 25-yard line. So finally, Murray connects with his big target. First round pick, Marvin Harrison Jr. And that's the biggest play from scrimmage for this Cardinals offense so far. That's that last pass was blocked. Murray for the gun. Murray's got, oh, it looks like he had McBride over the middle, but he throws it a little low. Now Murray pressure in his face. Murray lets it go, and it's picked off. The Rams pick off Kyler Murray, and they, after the big play to Harrison, they get no points out of it. And now the Rams are going the other way. They've got Robinson, and Robinson out to the 35-yard line. What a turn of events here in the desert. Stafford, 5-step drop. And he looks for Cooper Kupp, and he overthrows Kupp. Kupp had the safety beat, but unfortunately, for the Rams, Stafford not able to connect. Now Stafford's taken down for another sack. The offensive line has been leaky here today. Stafford looks for Cup. This time they connect. And cuts down to the 35-yard line. So big gain there to overcome the Stafford sack. But pressure comes again in his face. He's able to get rid of it. Incomplete. I think they'll look to see if... No, he was still inside the pocket, so won't be grounded. Now Stafford tries to make something happen. Moves in the pocket. Oh, and he's unable to hit Cooper Kupp. Stafford let that ball go when he was on the run. Kind of went across his body. It was inaccurate. This time Stafford has time. He looks for Puka Nacua. He's got Puka Nacua. Puka Nacua's hit the touchdown! So Puka's first catch of this game, and that's going to put the Rams up by 2 scores. So Stafford has been taking a beating here in this game so far. But Hornets team will try and end this season with a win. As Kyler Murray, the Cardinals come back out on the field. Murray, man in his face, he looks for Harrison, and this one falls incomplete. He must trust his rookie a lot. He keeps throwing him with really tight coverage traced all over him. And now he finds McBride over the middle. McBride, yards after the catch. McBride, and he's crossed midfield to the 40. First down, Cardinals. Murray from the gun, and he's taken down in the backfield. A swarm of Rams, and they get to Kyler Murray on what looked like it was a designed quarterback keeper. And that pass falls incomplete. Looks like he rushed the throw on that one. Maybe he's getting here some footsteps in the pocket. Now Murray does tuck and run. He's back to the original line of scrimmage, and he makes that miss. He's got the first down. And Kyler Murray, that was a nifty, shifty little move, and he leaves that linebacker in the dust. This time, not so lucky as he's taken down by Bobby Brown. Oh, 9-yard loss on the sack there as Murray drops back to pass. Was looking for Wilson. Instead, there's 2 Rams waiting for him, and they let that ball fall incomplete. 3rd and 19. Murray under pressure. He's taken down by Fiske. Well, Fiske forms one of the better defensive end duos with Jared Verse on the other side. The Cardinals forced to take the long field goal, which falls short. So the Rams take over on downs. 2.5 minutes left here in the game. Stafford picks up Williams. Williams finds some room to the outside. Wisely stays in bounds. And that'll force Cardinals to use their final timeout with about 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter. Stafford and the Rams with a 2-score lead still. And that pass is also incomplete. So 3rd down and 12. The Rams opt to throw the ball. Stafford's got all day. It's for Cooper Kupp. He's got Cooper Kupp, and Cooper Kupp's got the touchdown. So the Los Angeles Rams finding some life here late in the season. And that is Kupp's 2nd touchdown of the game as Cardi boots it through the uprights. The scoreline of 24-7. The Cardinals will be on their last possession here. Second and 7 after the Connor carry. Murray takes off, and he's taken down. Fiske again. So Connor is Murray finds McBride for a short gain. Clock running at 15 seconds. 4th down. Last gasp for the Cardinals. Murray has some time. And he finds McBride over the middle as time expires. And that is how this game ends. So Horner and the Rams do indeed end the season on a high note, getting that W. And Matt Stafford with a prolific passing day, 245 yards, 159 of which went to Cooper Kupp for multiple scores. And Kyron Williams doing what he needs to do on the ground to dispatch this Cardinals team. Talk about the Cardinals being inconsistent at the top of that portion of the broadcast, and that showed up again with Murray missing Marvin Harrison numerous times. And that brings us to our third matchup. Again, another rivalry game. Staying out there in the NFC West with the Seattle Seahawks going up against Chris Felice's San Francisco 49ers. And the Niners opt to receive to begin this game. And it's Christian McCaffrey on the return. And McCaffrey weaving in and out. Goes down about the 34-yard line. It was a really shrewd piece of coaching to put Kyler Murray back to return punts and kicks. As he's consistently given the 49ers good field position since he's been in that role. As McCaffrey works his way there for the first down. So Brock Purdy. Back to pass. Brock Purdy's got some time. He finds third and Juwan Jennings. And Juwan Jennings, and he's got a 25-yard gain. So Jennings, who's been an absolute revelation this season, comes up big again. And McCaffrey taken down after a very short, minimal gain. Now McCaffrey again taken down after a 1-yard gain. Purdy. Oh, lucky that was not picked off. Brock Purdy making an ill-advised throw, and that brings out Jake Moody, who banks it in. Didn't realize the bank was open this late on a Saturday, Friday, whatever day it is. So Jake Moody puts it through. So the Niners strike first with that long, somewhat shaky Moody field goal try. And Niners defense, and they take down Geno Smith. Fred Warner coming from his middle linebacker spot to take the sack. Geno Smith under pressure again, tucks the ball and runs, and he's taken down after a very minimal gain. So 3rd and 17. Niners bring the pressure again, and it's Fred Warner again. Fred Warner, one of the premier do-it-all linebackers in this league, and he comes up with 2 huge sacks to stifle that Seattle Seahawks drive. So the Niners get the ball back with a 3-point advantage. Oh, Fumble is rolling around out there, and it's recovered by the Seahawks. Noah Fan inside the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, touchdown! Seattle! Noah Fant, the tight end, is able to cause the fumble, picks the ball up, was bouncing all over the turf, and is able to outrun the rest of the 49ers punt return unit, and he takes it in for the unlikely touchdown. So now the 49ers, who just a moment ago were in a great spot up 3 with the ball back. Now they're down by a score, and they're deep in their own territory. Now Purdy back pass. Purdy with pressure. Purdy gets it away. He's looking for Jennings, and Jennings makes a strong catch. Juwan Jennings again makes that tough grab, and it looked like Purdy had him offline just a little bit. But Jennings made it happen. Purdy On the bootleg, Purdy's got Brandon Ayuk. Ayuk 20, 15, and Brandon Ayuk's taken down at the 13-yard line. So great awareness, keep his eyes downfield by Brock Purdy, and he hits Ayuk on the run. Now McCaffrey cuts across the middle, McCaffrey, and he's inside the 5-yard line. They go back to McCaffrey. He's got room. McCaffrey, he's in for the score. So the 49ers answer the bell after the unfortunate McCaffrey fumble that was returned for a touchdown by Joel Pan off the punt. And now the Niners come back, and their offense shows out with Juwan Jennings making an incredible catch, and then Ayuk also chipping in before McCaffrey is able to put it away. So the Seahawks take over 3.5 minutes left here in the first half. Geno Smith back pass. Geno Smith looking downfield, and it's off the fingertips of DK Metcalf. Oh, Geno. Wasn't sure if he was going to run it or not, but he throws offline. And same thing on that play. Geno rushing towards the line of scrimmage like he's about to scramble, but then stopping short and throwing it. Both times those passes were very far off the line. And this time he finds Charbonnet out of the backfield. Zach Charbonnet making a miss. Zach Charbonnet across midfield. Charbonnet, who was taken out of the second round outside of San Diego State. And he has a great catch run out of the backfield. And there's a nice run by Kenneth Walker. So first down, Seahawks. Smith back pass. Geno Smith looking for Charbonnet again. And this one's overthrown in the end zone. So it'll be second down and 10. Just under 2 minutes left here in the half. Geno Smith under center. Geno Smith hands off to Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker runs into his own lineman. And he's able to bounce outside for just a short gain. So at the minute 44, down 3. Geno Smith, back to pass. He finds Charbonnet. Charbonnet streaking towards the first down mark. He's got the first down more. He's got the touchdown! Zach Charbonnet showing his chops as a receiver. And the Seahawks again retake the lead here in this game against the 49ers. Now Brock Purdy and the 49ers offense will have some time to work with before the half, as Myers kicks off to McCaffrey. McCaffrey chooses to return it out of the end zone. And the Niners will have a long way to go to get to field goal distance. And McCaffrey's taken down after no gain. Niners call the timeout. And Purdy on the rollout. Purdy's got Ayuk, and he overthrows Ayuk by a wide margin. Brandon Ayuk could still be running if Purdy had put that one on time. And instead, the Niners' possession flames out, and they're forced to punt. So the Niners will go into the locker room down 4 points, and the Seahawks will get the ball back to start the second half here. And not a clean game from either team so far, but that turnover and scoop and score from Noah Fant has definitely been the difference so far. Really took all the momentum out of San Francisco's sails there as they were up 3, getting the ball back and suddenly down. So we'll see how their defense responds. Moody kicks it deep, and Seahawks will take over at their own 22-yard line. Geno Smith looks to tuck, and Geno Smith is taken down. And Jordan Elliott, I've never even heard of. Apparently he's ready for that sack. Geno Smith back to pass. Geno Smith has a man downfield. Geno Smith has time. He's got Charbonnet, his number 1 weapon in their passing game so far, Zach Charbonnet, and he has looked phenomenal. He picks up another first down off a huge chunk gain. So Zach Charbonnet doing it all as he comes out of the backfield on that power lead play. Seahawks, one of the few teams still employing a fullback. They make good on that there. Smith, dump off over the middle. Down Kenneth Walker. Now Smith from the gun. Smith has a man deep. Let's see if he can find him. No, but he does find Jackson Smith in the Jigba, who's in goal. So Seattle on their first possession here in the second half marches down the field and gets a touchdown on the board. So the Seahawks, who have taken a commanding lead here with about a couple minutes to go here in the third quarter, they're up by 11 on this Niners team, who has really underperformed this season. Chris Felice, the Niners manager, has to be a little bummed out about his team's performance so far. Of course, they are already eliminated from playoff contention. I shouldn't say the upper tier of playoff contention. We'll call it the senior circuit, but just probably in line for, the junior berth. Hands off to McCaffrey. McCaffrey busts through the line of scrimmage. McCaffrey taken down after a gain of 7. Purdy from the gun, and he's taken down. Byron Murphy coming from his defensive back position as he takes him down for the sack. Now Purdy, he finds Juwan Jennings. Juwan Jennings inside the 5-yard line, and Juwan Jennings fighting for extra yardage, pulling the pile with him, and he's taken down at the 3. So first and goal from the 3. They pitch out to McCaffrey. McCaffrey's got room. McCaffrey's got daylight. And he's in for the touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with his second game. And that pulls the 49ers within 1 score. And Moody's kick is no good. Oh, Jake Moody has had a really tough season. As a rookie, he was one of the higher kickers taken, I believe, in the 3rd round. And he's got a lot of legs, but his accuracy issues have shown up numerous times, including in the Super Bowl. And he misses that extra point. This is what happened to the Chiefs last year. Smith's pass on second down falls incomplete. So Smith with the 5-step drop. Smith touch and run. Smith looking for daylight. Smith taken down. So after the 49ers defense gives up a long touchdown drive on the first drive of the second half, they stand tall, and here in the fourth quarter, they give their offense a chance. Purdy, back to pass, looking for Jennings, and he's got Jennings! Juwan Jennings with another tough reception and another first down for the 49ers. Wouldn't be surprised if he asked for a raise this offseason. And Purdy tries to scramble. He's taken down after a gain of 6. Now Purdy, back pass. He's got Jennings again. Oh, if I were Jennings, I'd ask for $15 million a year. Purdy from the gun. Purdy's got Kittle over. No, he looked for McCaffrey out of the backfield. It looked like he had George Kittle on the crossing route wide open. But let's not see him. It's time to go to McCaffrey. McCaffrey's got some room at the bottom of the screen. And McCaffrey just short of the first down. Third and short 2. As McCad, they try McCaffrey to the left. He goes across the line of scrimmage, and he got enough for the first down. Purdy, 5-step drop. Purdy looks for Jennings again. Purdy's got Jennings. Touchdown! Jawan Jennings, who has been the Niners' best player on the field today, and he scores to put the 49ers up. This time the kick is right through the uprights. Coach Kyle Shanahan has really no choice but to keep trotting Jake Moody out there, but his play has left a lot to be desired, especially from such a high pick on a specialty position. Zach Charbonnet, who's been quiet here in the second half after having a really big first half of this game. He picks up a couple yards out of the backfield. Geno Smith back pass. And that one falls incomplete. Geno Smith looking at his first read, but on the backside, he had a man open down the field. Kenneth Walker finds towards the right side. He's got first down. He's got more. First down, Seahawks. So because of the Jake Moody miss, a field goal does win it for the Seahawks here with about a minute left in the fourth quarter. Oh, he's got a man open through the middle of the field, and he misfires. Geno Smith, who had one of his most prolific seasons last year, not able to connect on that pass. This time he finds Jackson Smith-Njigba, and Smith-Njigba's got the first down. 43 seconds, the Seahawks have their final timeout. They're not quite across midfield yet. They only need about 15 yards to get in field goal range. And Walker only picks up one. So clock running, 34 seconds. Smith under center. Smith, he can't afford to take a sack here. Oh, but Diamador Lenoir on the ballsy defensive back blitz, and he takes down Smith. And this ball's picked off! Diamador Lenoir doing it all after he comes through with the big sack. Now he takes the ball out of the air, and that'll give the 49ers a much-needed victory on their last game of the season. So in what was a fairly sloppy affair throughout, the 49ers defense comes up huge when they need to, and they steal this one from Seattle, 21-23. And Jawan Jennings was really the story of that game for the 49ers. That man probably needs to be making more money. So after 3 games of action on this action-packed Week 18 slate here in the Tecmo Super Bowl Mania, we'll come to our next game. Again, all the games this evening will be divisional matchups. We've got the Kansas City Chiefs coming off their big Super Bowl win against the Niners last year against the Las Vegas Raiders. And the Chiefs will receive the ball first to start this game. This game does have some playoff implications. Mahomes looking for Xavier Worthy. He's got the speedster, and he overthrows Xavier Worthy. Looks like Worthy was looking over the inside shoulder. Mahomes wanted to keep streaking, look over that outside shoulder, and it falls incomplete. Now Mahomes pretends to take off, but he finds DeAndre Hopkins, the veteran receiver. He's crossing the field. The veteran receiver out to the 45-yard line. That's DeAndre Hopkins, who came over in a midseason trade from the Ravens. And they look for Isaiah Pacheco, and Pacheco is suffocated in the backfield. Loss of 5. Mahomes for the gun. He's got pressure in his face. Lets it go. And that one was intended for Noah Gray, and that falls incomplete. Lots of pressure up the middle there. Uncharacteristic from this Chiefs line. And the Chiefs are forced to punt. Or, sorry, we're going for field goal, I guess. And it's up and in! So Harrison Butker puts the Chiefs on the board. Tommy will need some help to get into the senior circuit of the playoff bracket here. But he does still have a chance if he's able to knock off division rival Raiders. Gardner Minshew from the gun, and his pass is tipped at the line of scrimmage. Gardner Minshew under center, hands off to Alexander Madison. And Madison falls forward for a gain of 3. Now Minshew from the gun. And he finds Madison. Madison doesn't quite have enough room, so the Raiders will go 3 and out on their first possession. They give the ball right back to the Kansas City Chiefs. Mecole Hardman on the return. And he sets the Chiefs up with decent field position. The first attempt for Mahomes and company. And Mahomes finds Worthy, but Worthy, the speedster, showing off the wheels. He's inside the 20. So the Chiefs, after one big play, are set up inside the red zone. Mahomes from the gun. Mahomes surveys the field. Mahomes has Noah Gray, and he's got a second tight end who has some room, and Noah Gray makes it for a touchdown. So the Kansas City Chiefs, after holding the Raiders 3 and out on their first possession, come back, 2 big plays, and they go up 10-0. How quickly it can happen. And Tommy definitely needs this start to keep his upper tier playoff hopes alive. So first down and 10. Gardner Minshew drops back. Gardner Minshew. He's got a man downfield. Pulls the trigger. It's got Brock Bowers. Oh my God! Brock Bowers, the rookie. 20, 15, 10, 5. Then Raiders. So that was great protection up front there by that Raider offensive line. Jackson Howard, their center, just holding off that fierce pass rush from Chris Jones and company. And Brock Bowers with the steam route, and he's able to take the top off this Chiefs defense, who's normally pretty sound from the back forward. But this time, Brock Bowers, the rookie out of Georgia, makes them pay. And the Raiders are on the board. Now Mahomes finds Hopkins, and Hopkins is about 24 yards on that first down pickup. Mahomes back to pass. Mahomes has Hopkins. And Hopkins makes the great catch again. So back-to-back plays from Mahomes to Hopkins. It's hard to account for everybody that's passing offense here for the Chiefs, especially with Mahomes being so adept at passing the ball around. Ooh, and it looks like there's a miscommunication there. Worthy was trying to come back, and Mahomes urged him to keep going, but ultimately overthrew him. We'll see if they can connect here. And they do! And it's Xavier Worthy for the touchdown! So the Kansas City Chiefs go right back to Xavier Worthy after that miscommunication. Patrick Mahomes getting into him a little bit in the huddle, and this time he finds this rookie speedster wide open for the score. And that'll put the Chiefs back up by 10. Again, we mentioned Tommy needs a win here and to stay alive. But that point differential really becomes crucial. He's only 1 point behind Ian in that regard. And only 13 behind Matt. And only 21 behind Jake. And those are the 3 players that he can potentially catch, depending on the outcome of their games tonight. So a lot of high-octane, pressure-filled football in Tecmo Bowl coming here. Gardner Minshew. He's got Brock Bowers again. How do they leave this rookie wide open? Brock Bowers is 20, 10, 5. Bowers throw that touchdown. Raider. If the Raider if the Autumn Wind is a Raider, then Brock Bowers is a Cyclone. Uncovered on 2 deep seam routes, and Steve Spagnuolo is gonna have to go into halftime here looking for some way to account for Brock Bowers if they want to keep their playoff hopes alive. Pat Mahomes from the gun. Mahomes tucks. Mahomes. Oh, and he's hit from the back. Robert Spillane on the sack. So the Chiefs forced to use a timeout after the Mahomes sack. And 2nd and 12. Mahomes again running for the line of scrimmage. He's again taken down. This time by Max Crosby, one of the premier defensive ends in the league. The 3rd and 14, Mahomes. And he's taken down again by Robert Spillane. So that Raiders defensive front really getting after Patrick Mahomes here as this first half winds down. Kickoff. Amir Abdullah, who showed some flashes last year. But really surprising that the Chiefs unable to contain rookie sensation Brock Bowers. And you see it there, 2 for 145 of Minshew's 148 yards, if that tells you anything about how the rest of the offense is operating. And Kansas City, you see their team leader for rushes is nobody. That's something that the Chiefs might have to address here in the second half. Tommy, technically still alive in the playoff standings, but he's going to need the Chiefs to pull away here if he's going to have any realistic shot at one of those coveted top 6 playoff spots. First down 10, Gardner Minshew, pass. And Minshew throws into double coverage. Oh, but Trey Tucker goes up and gets it, climbs the ladder, and bails his quarterback out what looked like a pretty questionable decision. So first down and 10. Minshew in trouble, and he's taken down by Chris Jones. And that time, Spagnuolo dials up the pressure, and Chris Jones is able to use a swim move in the A-gap and take down Gardner. But he's Jacoby Myers, 10, 5, Myers runs out of gas, and he's taken down at 3. So these Raiders refusing to give up here as Alexander Madison breaks to the left side and hits it for the touchdown. So Alexander Madison, formerly of the Vikings, the Raiders up for the first time in this game. It looked like it was going to get ugly early after the 10-0 start for the Chiefs, but the Raiders kept battling back. The 2 long Brock Bowers touchdown passes brought him back into it, and Trey Tucker with the incredible catch to keep the drive alive. And now the Chiefs staring down their first deficit of the game. Travis Kelce across the middle. First time we've called his name tonight. He's got enough for the first down yardage. Now Mahomes from the gun. Mahomes looks for Hopkins. He's got Hopkins. Hopkins streaking. 35, 20. Oh, he's down at 26. So Mr. Steady, DeAndre Hopkins. Oh, and it's direct pitch to Pacheco. And Pacheco cuts across the middle. Pacheco, 10-5. And oh, he's taken down at the goal line. It looked like Isaiah Pacheco was going to find his way into the end zone, but he's taken down at the 1. And Reed calls his number again to the right side. And the Chiefs are in for the touchdown. So Isaiah Pacheco putting the Chiefs back on top in this contest. Chiefs favored by 8.5 coming into this game. Take kickoff back to Abdullah. Chiefs showing no quit themselves as they retake the lead. Minshew for the gun. Minshew looks and he's got Trey Tucker, and Trey Tucker's going to go in front of him. He's at the 30. He's at the 25. And he's taken down at the 23. Gardner Minshew, who played under Mike Leach at Washington State, really learned that air raid offense from him, and he knows how to spread the ball around. And there's Brock Bowers with a strong catch. 8-yard pickup. And Minshew surveys the field. He's got Jacoby Myers, and it's Myers in the back of the end zone for a Raiders touchdown. Gardner Minshew, who looks pretty awful for a lot of stretches this season, pulling out his best game so far against the division rival Chiefs. And the Chiefs will take over at their own 24, pardon me. Pacheco first snap. Pacheco having trouble getting through the line of scrimmage, and he's taken down after a 3-yard gain. It sets up a very interesting fourth quarter here. A 4-point game. Pacheco to the outside. And Pacheco breaks the tackle, running angry as usual, and he's stopped just before he reaches midfield. You know, we mentioned that at the break, how the Chiefs really need to come out and establish the run here in the second half. They're starting to do that now. Look, it's opened up the passing game. Now Hopkins, 30-25, and Hopkins taken down, but not after a great gain for the first down. And it's really softening up the secondary of this Ravens defense. As Pacheco fumbles it, but out of bounds. So the Chiefs will retain possession. Second down and 9, Mahomes from the gun. And he finds Travis Kelce. Kelce makes a miss. Kelce in for the... Oh, no. He's stopped at the goal line. Travis Kelce looked like he's about to waltz out of the end zone, but he's taken down from behind. Direct snap to Pacheco, and Pacheco runs through the hole for the touchdown. So the Raiders and the Chiefs trade blows here in the second half of this game. Chiefs go up by 3. Butker, the long kick. Tommy's chances which looked pretty good going into that early in the first half here. Now he's only up 3 with the Raiders having the ball. Minshew pulls it down. He's taken down by Nick Bolton. Nick Bolton, one of the most underrated linebackers in the league. And he picks up the sack. Minshew back pass. Minshew, terrible pass, but somehow it's caught for the Raiders by the Raiders for the first down. Incredible. Now they run Madison to the left, trying to chew a little bit of that clock, maybe not give Mahomes any time. Still can only tie it. And that pass is blocked. Gardner Minshew with pressure in his face up the middle, and he throws it right into the chest of Chris Jones. Third down. And Madison for the first down. Chiefs take it. Raiders will take another timeout. Minute 34 left in the game. And here comes the sack. Oh, but he's taken down. Nick Bolton again takes down Gardner Minshew in that backfield. So that pushes the Raiders back pretty far. But he's got Jacoby Myers. Jacoby Myers to the 40, 35, 30, 25, and he's taken down the 24-yard line. So now the Raiders just outside the red zone, and they've got a chance to pull ahead. Madison picks up 6 on the play. They need to find the end zone if they want to take the lead. Minshew. He had that downfield, but he didn't see him. Nick Bolton with his 3rd sack of this half. And that makes it 3rd and 11 for Gardner Minshew. He's got all day. He finds Jacoby Myers. Myers angling for the side. Taken down with 2 seconds left. So it'll be 1st and goal from the 8. Raiders looking for the win. Raiders, back to pass. Minshew, lets it go. He's looking for Bowers. And it's picked off in the end zone. And that is how this game ends. Tommy and the Chiefs survived the Raiders scare, 31-28. And Gardner Minshew is looking for his big play tied in there in the end zone. And the Chiefs are ready for it. Steve Spagnuolo dials up a confusing look for Minshew, and he's baited into the interception in the end zone, and that is how this game ends. The Chiefs go on top of the Raiders, 31-28, and for the moment, Tommy Tobar's hopes of making top tier of the playoffs are still alive. As we will take a quick commercial break, we'll see you back here in 5. Welcome back, sports fans, to the next phase of the games here. Week 18, the Tecmo Super Bowl Players Club Draft Slot Choosing Tournament Extravaganza. It's been quite a grind so far, but here we are, last week of the regular season. The 4 eliminated teams so far: Travis, Horner, Richie, and Chris Felice. But Tommy Tobar won his highly contested matchup against the Raiders, and he stays alive. This game between Ian's Minnesota Vikings and Richie's Green Bay Packers does have huge implications on the leaderboard. If Ian loses, he will fall behind Tommy and be out of the senior circuit playoff contention. If he wins, he still has a chance. And Justin Jefferson with the monster catch in double coverage. I'm surprised Sam Darnold let that one go. Sam Darnold, back pass. He's got Jefferson. He looks for Jefferson, and he overthrows him out of bounds. This is about the point in the year you'd expect Sam Darnold to start laying eggs, and he has so far in his first 2 passes. Now he finds TJ Hawkinson, and Hawkinson's got enough for the first down. Sam Darnold back pass, and his pass is blocked. So even though Darnold looked pretty good earlier in the season, he definitely hit a wall or into a pumpkin or something. Darnold back pass. He's got Jefferson. He leads Jefferson, and Jefferson makes the terrific grab for the touchdown. Well, Justin Jefferson, one of the premier wide receivers in the league, bails out another poor Sam Darnold pass, and the Vikings and Ian are on the board 7-0 here early in this game. So we'll see the Green Bay offense for the first time, as Nixon unable to get much going on the return there. So, Jordan Love finds Romeo Dobbs, and Romeo Dobbs has first down yardage, gain of 18 on the play. First down and 10. Jordan Love, back pass. Jordan Love looks over the middle. Jordan Love's got Jaden Reed. Jaden Reed with a spectacular diving catch. It looked like he was expecting a comeback route, but Jaden Reed saw where the ball was coming and was able to make the grab. Now Romeo Dobbs lays out for one, and Dobbs back on his feet, and Dobbs is inside the red zone. So after a couple of quick strikes, the Packers are driving here. Jordan Love takes a sack. Ivan Pace on the sack. When Jordan Love tried to tuck it and run, he's gobbled up in the backfield. He tries it again. This time, keeps his eyes downfield for Christian Watson, and Watson unable to connect. Now Jordan Love, Scott all day, looks for Jaden Reed, and this takes the up. Six on Gilmore, who is down for the touchback. Wow, what a turn of events. Jordan Love picked off in the end zone. That gets the ball right back to this Vikings offense. This is exactly what Ian needed to start this game here. They run Aaron Jones, and Aaron Jones, formerly of the Packers, of course. And he gets first down yardage. Now Aaron Jones cuts back over the middle, weaves around, and falls down for a 4-yard gain. Darnold from the gun. Darnold takes it himself. Oh, and Kenny Clark's got him in the backfield. So Darnold facing heavy pressure up the middle, and he is unable to evade that pressure. He's taken down for the sack. And Jones not able to claw back the sack yard, not able to get the first down. So the Vikings will be forced to punt after the incredible interception in the end zone from Stephon Gilmore. And Jaden Reed, modest gain there. Jordan Love back to pass. Jordan Love looking for Christian Watson, and this one off of Watson's fingertips. Watson has never seems to be able to stay healthy for a full season, but is an incredible talent when he can. Josh Jacobs out for a good game there. And Jordan Love looks like he's got Kraft, and Kraft flat out dropped it. It looks like that hit off his chest pad. He didn't catch it with his hand, tried to catch it with his body, and it bounces right off the arm. So the Packers punt the ball back to the Vikings. And it's a fumble recovered by the Packers. Rasheed Walker on the fumble recovery, and he's pulling men with him. He's down to the 13. The disaster striking for the Vikings here. And this time is picked off in the end zone again, as Jordan Love back-to-back passes in the end zone that are intercepted. And the Vikings dodge a bullet there. So back-to-back turnovers on back-to-back plays, and the Vikings still leading 7-0 after all these fireworks. And Darnold taken down. Wow, incredible. Darnold from the gun. Darnold taking it himself. Darnold back to the middle of the line of scrimmage, and not known for his mobility, but he fights his way forward. Now the 4th and 7 as the Vikings punt unit comes back on the field. We've seen numerous turnovers this game, and just a 7-point advantage for the Vikings. Jordan Love and the Packers have about a minute left in this half to make something happen. Oh, Jordan Love's got a man open. Jordan Love's got Jaden Reed. And just off the fingertips of Jaden Reed. Jordan Love put a little bit of air under that, and that probably goes for 6. Finds Jacobs out of the backfield with 40 seconds left on a running clock. 3rd down and 10. Jordan Love, 5-step drop. And his pass is offline, out of bounds. So quick 3 and out. The Packers will give the ball back to the Vikings. But really no time left for the Vikings to make any noise here as that clock expires. So Ian, who needs a victory to stay alive and would really benefit from having a pretty high point differential here, they are leading the Packers 7-0. Jordan Love has looked awful so far this game, throwing 2 interceptions in the end zone on back-to-back possessions. Of course, Sam Darnold. Aaron throws himself. And Nixon with a great return here. And Nixon sets Josh Jacobs, Jordan Love, and the rest of this Packers offense up. Great field position to open the second half. Josh Jacobs pitches the outside, and he fights his way forward for a first down. Jordan Love, understand that. Drop back pass. He's got Jaden Reed. And Jaden Reed has really been his #1 target so far here. Romeo Dobbs and Christian Watson have both been targeted as well. Trying to grab the reception. But it's been Jaden Reed through the air for this Packers team as Josh Jacobs gets a first down and more. Now having some success on the ground, they go back to Jacobs, and Jacobs has a huge hole to the left side. Jacobs inside the 10, inside the 5, taking men with him, and he's down at the 2. But Josh Jacobs having a great run of form here to start the second half as they pitch out back to Jacobs. Jacobs there for the touchdown. So Richie and the Packers on the precipice of tying it here against Ian's Vikings. And this is not what you want if you're Ian here. Tight game here in the second half. It's a low-scoring game so far, which shouldn't matter too much, but Ian needs the win to stay alive. So here come the Vikings. Sam Darnold. Good coverage on Jefferson. He tries it anyways, and that's nearly picked off. The safety was cheating over and read Darnold's eyes, and he's lucky that one wasn't picked off. Now Darnold on boot. He goes to Jefferson over the middle of the field, and this time Jefferson comes down with it. He sends across midfield, it's 40, and he covered by the Packers. He saw Nixon, and he's going the other way. Inside the 40, makes him miss 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Out, he's taken down at the goal line. So with 30 seconds here in the third quarter, the Packers in business, and Jordan Love back to pass. Jordan Love has man open, and he overthrows him. Now, if I were the Packers coach, I wouldn't let somebody who threw 2 end zone interceptions already in this game throw another one. But he's got man wide open, and this time he's in for the touchdown. So the Green Bay Packers find Christian Watson, and after what looked like a promising drive from the Vikings, Justin Jefferson had that play over the middle. He was streaking for the end zone, but he got a little too careless carrying the ball like a loaf of bread there, just holding it out there. And it got stripped. Nixon the other way on a huge return, and the Packers cash in as the third quarter comes to an end. So Ian's Vikings need 2 scores here to stay in the playoff picture. Darnold well offline on that pass, but he's got a man open downfield. Darnold surveys. Darnold waiting. Darnold lets it go. He's got Jordan Addison. And he's got Jordan Addison! 10, 5, touchdown! Vikings! Score! Sam Darnold tried his best to put that on the fingertips of Jordan Addison, but Addison says, "No, sir. I am just going to sit and swerve my way into the end zone." So the Vikings defense needs to stop here. They've already turned over Love a couple times. They'll need to either hold him. Oh, and it's a fumble. Looks like we talked about. They need the fumble. They got one. And then we need to give Jordan Love a chance. So the Vikings, in what has been a roller coaster of a game, they are set up on the plus side of the field. But Aaron Jones is taken down for a 2-yard loss. So second down and 12. Darnold for the gun. Darnold back to pass. Darnold looks. He's got time. He lets it go. He's looking for Naylor, his third receiver. And Naylor, incomplete. He was looking for him in the end zone, looking to take the lead, and instead that ball's incomplete. now Darnold again, looking for Jordan Addison, and this time it's too long for Jordan Addison. He had him wide open, and as he's done a couple times so far this game, he put a little too much on it, and that falls incomplete. Now Vikings, they take the lead. Big field goal, long field goal from Reichert, and that sets up what is going to be a great conclusion to this game. The Packers getting the ball back. They need to score to tie or win it, and the Vikings need to prevent that if Ian wants to keep his playoff hopes alive. Jordan left, pitch out to Jacobs. Jacobs off the right side. Jacobs cuts back over the middle, and he's taken down after a minimal gain. Second down and 9. Love hands off to Jacobs. And it looks like the Packers are content to try and use up some of this clock as they drive down the field. Love back pass. Love has Christian Watson. Oh my God, Christian Watson has nobody in front of him. He's to the 20, the 10, and he's taken down. So the Packers well within field goal range now. Just about a minute left to play, and Ian's defense needs to step up. And instead, it's a touchdown. The Packers. Christian Watson with his second touchdown in as many drives, and Richie has got to be celebrating somewhere near Oakland. That puts the Packers up by 4 with under a minute left, and the Vikings are going to need a prayer. You know, luckily, they have one of the best receivers in the world and a quarterback who can get them the ball downfield, and there he is, Justin Jefferson. Yes, he gets it to the 45-yard line. So the Vikings need 55 yards on this play in order to keep their season alive. And it's tipped at the line of scrimmage. It falls incomplete, and this game is over. So Sam Darnold implodes at the wrong time again, and the Packers come away with one of the most sloppy victories you've ever seen. Jordan Love throwing those 2 interceptions in the end zone. Vikings unable to capitalize off of them, and Sam Darnold just did not look accurate all game. It looked like he was seeing ghosts out there. And the Packers over the Vikings. Richie, even though he's eliminated, he takes plenty of joy in eliminating other people, and I'm sure he's going to let Ian hear all about it as they both go into the toilet bowl playoff bracket. So our Week 18 coverage of the Tecmo Super Bowl extravaganza continues. After one of the more thrilling games of the day. And now we're into teams that could still have chances of moving up or down in the playoff picture. As we get Jake's Detroit Lions against the Chicago Bears. That eliminates Ian, and Tommy still somehow has a chance as he gets to 11 victories. He's going to need either a Jake or a Matt loss by a considerable margin in order to move up into the upper tier of the playoffs. And Jake can solidify himself with a victory here today as Montgomery nearly gets first down. Lions in business early. Goff under pressure, and it falls incomplete. Goff just trying to get rid of it as there's pressure in his face. So the Lions set up first goal, and Montgomery puts it in. So Jake's Lions here going up early with the touchdown. just the way Detroit wanted to start this game. So the Bears, with their first possession tonight, already staring down a 7-0 deficit as first pick overall. Caleb Williams finds DJ Moore. DJ Moore inside the 30, and DJ Moore to the 26-yard line. So a nice pitch and catch on the rollout there from Caleb Williams. DJ Moore, his #1 target. Now Caleb Williams drops and runs it. Oh, he might have broken a nail on that play. No, he pops right back up. 2nd down and 6. Williams roll out again. Looks for more again. He boxes for touchdown. Chicago. So the Bears and Lions trading touchdowns here early in this game. And with a minute and a half left here in the first quarter, we're knotted up at 7. Harris Santos, the long kick. And Goff and company take over again. First down. Goff takes the handoff. Goff rolls out. Goff holds on to it, and he's taken down for a gain of 2. Now Goff from the gun. Second option, third option. He's got all day. He's looking for Jameson Williams, and whoa, great coverage by the Bears secondary. Jameson Williams had to step on the safety. He makes a terrific play. Now they go to Gibbs. Gibbs has some room to the outside. Gibbs to the 40. So Jahmyr Gibbs, one of the most talented running backs in the league, with a nice pickup there. Now Goff back passing. Each finds Laporta. Sam Laporta. Sam Laporta. Breaking tackles. And he's taken out the 24-yard line. Sam Laporta had a tremendous season last year. Hasn't quite lived up to that billing this year, but still capable of making terrific plays, as evidenced there. And Goff on the overthrow of Jameson Williams. Now Goff from the gun. He's got the flood concept. He looks for Amon-Ra. And, oh, this pass is incomplete in the end zone. Looking for Amon-Ra St. Brown. And the safety was able to recover and make a great play. Now David Montgomery to the right. Knuckles to Jahmyr Gibbs Sonic. And the Lions are forced to do a field goal try. Kicks up. It's good. The Lions take the lead. Again, this game has several implications for the final standings. Jake wins. He's in a sure spot in the playoff bracket. There's DeAndre Swift for an 8-yard gain. DeAndre Swift, formerly of the Lions. And Williams' pass is tipped at the line, and that falls incomplete. 3rd and 2, Williams, Swift. Swift! Not enough for the first down. So on 4th and 2, the Bears, taking no chances, they will punt it. Little Raymond. Recovered by the Lions. And that would have been disastrous. 1st and 10. Goff on the roll. Goff has time. Goff looks for Jameson Williams. He's got Jameson Williams. Williams is speedster. Streaking up the middle. He's at the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. And he's down at the 3-yard line. Jameson Williams on a huge gain. Goff standing tall in the pocket. He had all day. He looked off his first and second receivers and made the big play to Williams. And the Lions punch it in. Jahmyr Gibbs. And that's going to give Jake a lot of breathing room here as the Lions go up 17-7 over division rival Chicago Bears. So the Lions will go into the locker room halftime here with a pretty good lead as Allen is taken down as the clock expires here on the first half. So the Bears showing some fight early on, but the talent disparity between these two teams is just too much to overcome. So as the second half gets underway here, Bears, Caleb Williams with the dump off to Cole Kmet with the first down. About looks like a 16-yard or so gain. Lettering first and 10. Williams again fades the pressure, and he's looking for DJ Moore deep. He wants DJ Moore deep. Oh, and he just misses. Caleb Williams looking for his number one target, and that pass falls incomplete. This time he looks for more, and he's got him for the first down. Oh, this pass hit at the line of scrimmage. They have pressure in his face as the Lions are bringing an interior blitz. And they hand off to Swift. And Swift able to move past that aggressive Lions defensive front. Now Caleb Williams to Moore. Moore inside the 10 and Moore to the 6-yard line. DJ Moore, one of the most significant additions to this offense last year. Oh, he's picked up. So Caleb Williams under pressure in the end zone, and he is picked off by the feisty Lions defense. So again, the disparity in talent between these two teams is becoming evident as the match goes along. David Montgomery, former Bear, gets a head of steam for a 4-yard gain. Now Goff back fast. Goff dumps up Gibbs. Gibbs breaks away. Gibbs for the first down and more. So Jake Scott is pleased with what he's seeing here from his team. Oh, and Goff pulled it down, and foolishly he is taken down by DeMarcus Walker. Sack. Goff from the gun. Goff back to back. He's got time. He looks for Amon Ra. He's got Amon Ra. Amon Ra makes a move. Amon Ra is at 20. And the Lions are set up inside the red zone here. So with a 10-point lead, they give to Gibbs. Gibbs, short gain. And Goff, play action. Goff on the rollout. Goff keeps it. Goff got the first down, and Goff's taken down inside the 5. So first and goal from the 3. They hand off to Gibbs, and Gibbs with the lead blockers in for the touchdown. That's the same play he scored his last touchdown on. That power run up the middle, and this great offensive line for the Lions does the rest. So the Lions really pouring it on the Bears here as this third quarter will end on the kickoff return. So 24-7 as we go into the fourth quarter. And if this result holds, which... Oh, sack! Alex Anzalone, the linebacker with the flowing locks, making the tackle in the backfield. And Caleb Williams, who's been sacked more than any other quarterback in the league, suffers another one. Now he's got Keenan Allen, and Keenan Allen, the nice gainer for the first down. Now Williams tucks it, fumble, recovered by the Lions. DJ Reader is shedding tackles left and right, and it's first down and 10 for the Lions. They're back in business inside the red zone. Now Goff on the rollout. Goff looking for Jameson, Williams, touchdown, Detroit. And this is turning into a blowout before our very eyes. Ben Johnson does such a great job of scheming up these plays. You got to figure he's going to be a head coach soon. And the Bears are probably looking for a head coach after Matt Eberflus's, dare I say, performance this year. Caleb Williams back. Caleb Williams has all day. He's got me downfield, and instead he tries to, well, I don't know what he's trying to do there. He's looking to run it, I guess, which is kind of silly, and DJ Reader makes him pay. Caleb Williams now throws into double coverage. And it'll be 3rd and 16 with 2:46 remaining in the game. Williams back pass. Williams got a guy open. He's got Keenan Allen. Oh, and he overthrows him, incomplete. Well, and the Bears leaving their offense on the field deep inside their own territory. Caleb Williams does not look good in the second half. And DJ Moore bails him out. DJ Moore across midfield. And DJ Moore to the 45-yard line. Bears call timeout, approaching the 2-minute warning. Williams taken down for another quarterback sack. So Caleb Williams adding another sack to his, I think he's got 54 so far this season, which is a huge number. Of course, the coaching has been atrocious. Williams from the down. Williams back pass. Williams got Keenan Allen. And, Keenan Allen not able to make the grab. Well, that was outside of his frame. Williams had him running, unable to make the good play. And this ball's tipped up, being complete on 4th down. So the Lions, with a minute left, will take over. Run into Gibbs, that power up the middle. Bears use their final timeout. 2nd down and 6 after the 4-yard pickup. About a minute left here in the game. We go back to that same play, just trying to run out the clock. And Gibbs, not enough for the 1st down. Oh, Bears, I guess, thinking they'll get the ball back once, which, woohoo. Picked up Gibbs. Gibbs got the 1st down. Gibbs got more than the 1st down. Gibbs inside the 30. And Jahmyr Gibbs with the 1st down. The 1st and 10. Got back to pass. Looking for Laporta, and this one's tipped up at the line of scrimmage. So under 30 seconds left. Lions keep the ball on the ground, just trying to run out this clock. This should be the final play of the game. And it will be, as Goff looks for Amon-Ra St. Brown in the end zone, and he's overthrown. So Jake's Detroit Lions come out and do what they needed to do. They solidified a spot in the Players Club top-tier playoff bracket. They destroy the Bears 31-7 here in Week 18. And you see it there, DJ Moore with 107, 3 receiving yards. That's a tremendous performance. So the Lions whoop the Bears, again putting Jake into playoff position here. And that was a 31-7 shellacking. So Tom Tobar's playoff hopes rest on the final game of this evening's slate. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, we will go to the AFC South matchup here between The Indianapolis Colts visiting Energy Stadium in Houston against Stanley's Houston Texans. Now, Stanley not able to secure a bye, but could potentially claim the 3 seed here if he wins convincingly, pending the outcome of other games tonight. And there's Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon, who's had a terrific season. Good first down yardage there on the first run of the game. Stroud, back pass. Stroud finds Dalton Schultz, the tight end. And he's got the first down. And Houston's looked great on offense this year, but it's really been their defense that has carried this team. Stroud, under pressure, and that falls incomplete. CJ Stroud, who was tremendous as a rookie last season, hasn't quite looked the same here in his second year in the league. But he still has the Texans in great position for the playoffs and the potential to fight all the way up to the number 3 seed. Stroud from the gut. Stroud finds Mixon out of the backfield. Mixon finds the sideline, and looks like he got the first down, and he does. So Joe Mixon looked good on the ground and through the air. And Joe Mixon's big commitment. He's to the 10, the 5, and he's in for the touchdown! Houston Texans, Joe Mixon, and he breaks off a long run to put the Texans on the board emphatically here in the first quarter. And really that drive was all Joe Mixon. It was Joe Mixon on the dump off. It was Joe Mixon on the pitch to the right. It was Joe Mixon off pass to the left. That was really, really great drive from Joe Mixon. And we'll see what the Colts do here with Richardson under center. Richardson, who is possibly the most inaccurate quarterback in the league. Anthony Richardson is. Back pass. Oh, he finds Joshua Downs. Joshua Downs for the first down. Anthony Richardson. Handoff to Taylor. And minimal gain there for Taylor. Richardson, well off target again, but Michael Pittman goes up and makes the catch, and he is inside the 25-yard line. So Anthony Richardson, one of the most raw products coming out of college, incredible athlete, but hasn't quite found that accuracy, that pinpoint accuracy that's needed for success here at the NFL level. First down to 10. Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor finds a hole. Jonathan Taylor's going to the end zone. Jonathan Taylor's in the end zone. Down. Colts. When Jonathan Taylor broke a tackle, uses his incredible vision to cut back inside, and he makes a spectacular touchdown run. The kick is up and in. Pierce, who possibly could have been the rookie of the year had he not got hurt like last year. Spells Mixon on that play. And now Mixon back in. And just doing what he does. Getting a 11-yard first down. Stroud from the gun. CJ Stroud. And he's taken down! Buckner, formerly of the 49ers, with a tremendous push up the middle, and he takes down CJ Stroud. Now Mixon gets back to first down, and wow, Mixon after that sack, he was just looking on the draw play, and the Colts badly misplayed that one. And Mixon again getting another first down. Mixon inside the 15. If he's on his game like this, the Texans are going to be very difficult to beat. Stroud finds Schultz over the middle. Schultz for the touchdown! And the Houston Texans gets the pass from CJ Stroud, and he does the rest for them. Texans touchdown. The Texans go up by 7 points. We'll see if the Colts can answer. With 3 minutes, 24 seconds left in the first half. Jonathan Taylor, the right side, Jonathan Taylor dancing. Jonathan Taylor finds the outside. Jonathan Taylor finds the first down, and he's down to the 30-yard line. Anthony Richardson. Oh, and he's taken down by Azeez Al-Shaair. Al-Shaair who follows Nico Ragnar from the Niners. Oh, and it's another blitz, and Azeez Al-Shaair again! So Al-Shaair back-to-back sacks on back-to-back plays, and that brings up 3rd and 28 for Anthony Richardson and the Colts. Now Richardson badly overthrows a wide-open Pierce, and that's going to force the punt unit to come out. As we alluded to earlier, Anthony Richardson, one of the most inaccurate quarterbacks in the league, and he shows off his hose of an arm there. Too bad he doesn't know where it's going. Now Mixon up the middle, and he gets in there for a 4-yard gain. So Stanley's Texans can add to their lead here going into halftime. Stephon Diggs, oh, it's too far. Stephon Diggs came open late. CJ Stroud read it, but led him a little too much. Now Stroud under pressure. He's looking for Tank Dell. Throws in double coverage, and that, wow, it hit off the defensive back hands and falls incomplete. So the Texans with a great chance to take a huge lead going into halftime after the punt, and that'll give the Colts one more chance before second quarter ends. And he's taken down by Will Anderson. The Colts offensive line really unable to protect Anthony Richardson at all. They're giving him no time. And here comes another blitz. So D'Amico Ryans smells blood, and he's sending everybody. Richardson from his own end zone, and that one's incomplete. So the Colts on another quick 3 and out, hunting from their own end zone, and Sanchez gets it away. His time runs out. So that'll take us to halftime, with the Texans, as dominant as their defense has been so far, still only up 7 points in this game. As you see the putrid passing totals there from both teams, CJ Stroud has not looked like the same quarterback that he was last season. It's like maybe some defensive coordinators have figured out his tendencies. And the Colts, miraculously only down by 7, get the ball first. Richardson on the move. Richardson cuts across the field, and he probably ran about 30 yards on that play, but only gains 4. Now Richardson's in trouble, and he's taken down for another quarterback sack. Now Richardson from the gun. Anthony Richardson badly misses his intended target. I hope and pray somebody in my fantasy league drafts Anthony Richardson this year. Kind of unlikely, but a man can dream. So, Stanley's Texans get the ball back again around midfield here. CJ Stroud drops back. CJ Stroud tucks, and he's taken down in the backfield. Well, Stroud again with the drop back. Stroud's got a man open. He's looking for Nico Collins. He's got Nico Collins. Nico Collins, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Texas! So Nico makes an incredible release off the line of scrimmage, and he badly beat his defensive back. Looks like he might have slipped on the turf there, and he is wide open, single safety coverage, and CJ Stroud identifies it immediately, delivers the ball in stride, and Nico Collins able to do the rest, and that gives the Texans a 2-touchdown position here in the second half. Jonathan Taylor, and Taylor picks up 8 on the play. Jonathan Taylor really the only bright spot for Indianapolis so far today. As Richardson, for whatever reason, tucks the ball, and Azeez Al-Shaair, his 3rd sack of the game. Richardson, back to pass, and oh, he missed his receiver. That was weird. So the Colts forced the punt again. And we'll see what the Texans do here. They had so much success running Mixon earlier in the game. I'm surprised they didn't start going back to that on the last couple drives. And there, Colts waiting for Mixon. And Stroud back to back. Stroud's pass is tipped at the line. And they'll bring up 3rd and 13. CJ Stroud from the gun. Stroud trips back. Now runs forward. Stroud runs in the back of his own line. Stroud weaving. Stroud finds some daylight. He's got a first down. He's got more. CJ Stroud, an incredible individual performance there, and he gets that first down. Now Mixon, who was basically an automatic first down every time he touches the ball in the first half, gets 7 on that play. Stroud from the gun. Stroud taking down to Forrest Buckner again. Play falls incomplete. Amy Fairbairn lines up, and it's good. So the Texans go up by 17 here with 4 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter. Anthony Richardson offline yet again. He's in the gun. Richardson drops back, and he finds Taylor, and Taylor makes it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. Now 3rd and 10. Richardson, he's got Michael Pittman. Michael Pittman's got the first down. The gain of 12 on that play. And Richardson will go back to the gun. Hands off to Taylor. Taylor. Just again on the play. Now Richardson on the move. And Richardson can't find much room. He only picks up 1 yard on the quarterback keeper. Now Richardson, top that. Man in the face. He's looking for Pierce, and he overthrows him. Anthony Richardson not having much luck in this game so far. And Mario Edwards takes him down. So on 4th down, D'Amico Ryans fouls up another pressure. And Richardson's taken down, and it's a turnover on downs. So the Texans comfortably in the lead here. Don't split to run out the rest of the clock as Joe Mason takes the handoff. And stays in bounds wisely to keep the clock running at 2:26. They're down to 6. Colts bring the pressure. Oh, and Zaire Franklin, the linebacker, able to take down CJ Stroud. And with 4th and 15, they'll bring on Fairbairn and the field goal unit. Miami's good. So now a 20-point advantage for Houston. As the Colts will likely get one last possession here. But Stanley have a pretty decent jump in his point differential here. That'll get him up towards closer to 190, which puts him in good position to get no worse than the 4th seed. Oh, and believe it or not, Anthony Richardson is taken down for another sack. And if he's not overthrowing his receiver, he's getting taken down to the backfield. I'll tell you what, this time Michael Pittman connects, and he's got enough for the first down. I'm surprised they didn't bring out the sticks to measure that one. Richardson looks for Pittman again, and grossly overthrows him. 44 seconds left. That stops the clock. Now Richardson on the naked boot. Anthony Richardson picks up the first down yardage, but stays in bounds, so the clock does keep running. And they hand off to Jonathan Taylor. And Jonathan Taylor gets the first down, so this should be the last play of the game. With Stanley's Texans putting it to, oh my God, holy mackerel. And that's got to sting for Stanley. On the last play of the game, Anthony Richardson actually makes a halfway decent throw, and Michael Pittman hauls it in for the touchdown. And that, as time expires, will cut the lead to just 13 points. But Houston put up a very, very manageable game there. You see Joe Mixon, extremely effective on the ground, 143 yards. I can't believe C.J. Stroud only had 92 yards after that awesome Nico Collins touchdown. But really, it was all Joe Mixon in this game. And the Texans and Stanley maintained their no worse than 4th on the big postseason board there. And they dispatched the Colts 27-14. And we're going to take a quick commercial break here. But when we come back, one of the top 3 seeds who could potentially get that first round bye, Kevin Felice's Baltimore Ravens, going up against the Pittsburgh Steelers. We'll be back in 5 minutes. here for the last couple games of the Week 18 season. So we've seen some tremendous action here tonight. We've solidified some playoff seeds and rankings. And now we go into our final 3-game stretch. First up, featuring the Baltimore Ravens, who are currently in 3rd place, taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Ravens doing it with both their offense and defense so far this season. They've looked like one of the strongest teams in the league, as evidenced by their 13-3 record. With a win, they have a great chance of being one of the top 2 seeds, and therefore earning the first round bye. And they're going up against a Pittsburgh Steelers squad that has lost a lot of talent the last couple years, and now starting 34-year-old Russell Wilson at quarterback. They also have Justin Fields on the roster, and he looked good for the first couple games, but Russell Wilson has usurped him as the QB1 here in Pittsburgh. And there's Najee Harris up the middle. Harris with a modest gain, 3rd down and 1. Steelers just on the plus side of the 50 to go to Harris on the pitch. And Harris does get enough for the first down. Najee off to the right. Najee. And he's got a first down and more. Now they go back to the same play with Najee Harris to the right side, and this time he's gobbled up for a 1-yard gain. Russell Wilson. They try Najee the other way. They flip the play there, and Najee fights ahead for 8 yards. They're down to 1. And they go Najee to the right. Najee, he's got the first down. Najee breaks tackle. Najee towards the end zone, and he's taken down inside the 3-yard line. Oh, right at the spotted at the 1. He fell forward a little bit. Najee Harris for the Steelers. Touchdown. Well, the Steelers come out of the gate swinging, and they end up punching it in on the Najee Harris 1-yard dive for the touchdown. Of course, it was all Najee Harris on that drive there. Russell Wilson, you can call him a game manager at this stage of his career, but he can still deliver the long ball when necessary. And that time, it was all underneath stuff and all Najee Harris. So we see the Ravens with the big dog, Derrick Henry, who's getting tackled after a gain of 2. These division rivals know each other so well. Oh, and Patrick Queen, formerly of the Ravens, takes him down in the backfield, and they're backed up to their own goal line. They run Henry, and Henry able to fight his way forward to give the punt unit a little bit of breathing room. And this Steelers defense is fired up. Wilson back to pass. Wilson looking for Najee. And Najee Harris with a beautiful catch on the sideline. Well, that was great delivery there from Russell Wilson, who finds his back out of the backfield. Now Russell Wilson, he's looking for George Pickens, the number 1 receiver, and he overthrows him. Pickens had his man beat wide open in the end zone, and Russell Wilson just flat out missed him. Wilson, back to pass again. This time he looks for Pickens in the end zone, and he overthrows him again. Russell Wilson showing absolutely no touch on his long ball, as 2 Pickens throws to Pickens were incomplete. And that'll bring up the field goal unit after the really conservative Najee Harris run on third down. It goes up and good, so Chris Boswell gives the Steelers the 10-point lead. But if you're a Steelers fan, or not a Kevin Felice fan, you're really hoping they were going to punch him for the touchdown there. There's Justice Hill. Justice Hill making all kinds of people miss, and he sets up the Ravens offense at the 45-yard line. And they go back to Henry. Derrick Henry, shedding tacklers. Derrick Henry, pickup of 6. So second down and 4. Lamar Jackson hands off to Henry again, and he gets the first down. Powers his way to the first down. Now Jackson on the boot. He sets up, finds Isaiah Likely, the tight end, and Isaiah Likely's got some room. Isaiah Likely inside the 20. And the Ravens will be in the red zone for the first time. Fake handoff. Lamar Jackson. Back to pass. He's got Mark Andrews. And Mark Andrews gets about 9 out of the way. And they go back to Henry. And Henry picks up the first down. Now it's first and goal from the 4. Under 2 minutes here in the half. Ravens on the doorstep. Ravens go to Henry. In for the touchdown. So Baltimore answers right back with a big drive of their own, all set up by the terrific return of Justice Hill. We got to the 45-yard line, and it was the tight ends through the air, Likely and Andrews, and of course a healthy dose of the big dog. So the Steelers will have a little bit of time. Just over a minute here remaining in the half. Russell Wilson drops back. Looks like he was looking for Pat Freiermuth and unable to complete the pass there. Now Wilson's under pressure. And Wilson's taken down by Roquan Smith. Roquan Smith, one of the premier tacklers in the league. Oh, Wilson under pressure again, and it's not even a bouquet, and he takes him down for another sack. So Russell Wilson goes down on back-to-back sacks as this Ravens defense in front is overwhelming the Steelers' offensive line. And that forces the punt, and the Ravens all of a sudden in field goal range. So 13 seconds left. They're going to take no chances as John Harbaugh calls out the kicking unit. And they tie the game at 10 with the Justin Tucker. So the Steelers going up 7-0, chance to add more, only able to make it 10-0. Ravens come right back on consecutive drives to answer. So we go into halftime 10-10. As you see, Russell Wilson has passed for a total of 12 yards. I'll have to check with my statistician, but I don't think that's good. Justice Hill, really the man who set up the Ravens offense there in the first half after they had been getting nothing going. Exactly about 25. Jackson all day in the pocket. Jackson looking for Zay Flowers. He's got him. He's inside the 40, inside the 35. And Zay Flowers with his first reception of the game. And the Ravens offense coming alive. Now Lamar Jackson showing off the wheels. Lamar Jackson inside the 5. Touchdown! Ravens! So the gap in personnel here is starting to show up as this second half is well underway. Steelers will have their first possession of the second half. Russell Wilson, he is not reading the defense as well today. As that pass is tipped and falls incomplete. 3rd down and 10. Russell Wilson, back to pass. Russell Wilson's got Van Jefferson, and Van Jefferson gets the 1st down. The Steelers get a much-needed 1st down there as the pitch goes out to Najee Harris. Najee Harris taken down for minimal gain. Now Wilson, back to pass. And looking for Van Jefferson again. Oh, and tight coverage on the play there. Wilson back to Najee, and he's taken down in the backfield for a loss. So the Steelers only able to muster 6 plays on that drive as they kick the ball right back to this surging Ravens offense. Jackson under center, hands off to Henry. Henry breaks the tackle. Henry in the open field. Henry past midfield. Derrick Henry, and he's to the 42-yard line. Instant offense, just at Henry. Lamar Jackson, and misfires. Really tight coverage there. Like Jackson just kind of threw it away. Now we go back to Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry, known for his yards after the contact, there are plenty of yards before contact. And this time, Henry's stuffed. So the Ravens will bring on one of the most accurate kickers in league history, Justin Tucker. And he put it through. The Ravens, with their biggest lead of the day. Remember, they started out this game trailing 10-0, and since then they've put up 20 unanswered points. The Steelers have not been able to get anything going through the air with Russell Wilson. If you'll recall, he had 12 passing yards at the half. Now Wilson finds Jalen Warren, is receiving running back. Jalen Warren, 1st down. Now Najee Harris, pitch out. See, without a threat in the passing game, this Ravens defense is just able to load up the box and stuff out Najee as Russell Wilson is inaccurate on that pass. 3rd and 3. They go to Warren. And Jalen Warren's got the 1st down. So 1st and 10 from the 31. They go back to Jalen Warren. And Jalen Warren with an admirable run for 6 yards. Now Wilson. Under pressure. Wilson finds Warren. Warren for the touchdown! The Pittsburgh Steelers finally putting together their best drive since the opening quarter. And Russell Wilson finds Jalen Warren for the touchdown. Boswell up and in, and it's a 3-point game. Now they try the onside, and it's recovered by the Ravens. Zay Flowers, and he's got the Ravens set up with great field position. You got to question the call there. It seemed like it was a little earlier for the onside kick. And maybe the Steelers just know they have no answer for Derrick Henry. Lamar Jackson. Back to pass. He's got Zay Flowers. And the Ravens! And they will go up by 2 scores here late in the 4th quarter. And that should ice this game and give Kevin that golden shot at one of the first round buys here in the 2025 Tecmo Bowl Players Club Classic. Wilson from the gun, and Wilson fires into coverage again. Of course, Pickens wide open. Pickens kind of stomping off the field, throwing a little temper tantrum after he thought he was wide open, and Russell Wilson just didn't see him. And Pickens is sulking on the sideline. You gotta wonder if they won't maybe try and trade him this next offseason. If not, flat out cut him. Wilson. He looks for Pickens now, and Pickens makes a great play. Maybe George Pickens was right. Minute and a half, 10-point game. Steelers at midfield. Pressure comes. Wilson gets rid of it. Whoa, and it's out of bounds. Wilson looks like he was just trying to not cause any further damage with that throw. As that is stopped for a 4-yard loss. Wilson back to pass, last gasp, and he finds Pat Freiermuth for the middle. Freiermuth short of the first down. Steelers keep their offense on the field, of course. They will need 2 scores to tie it. And he looks for Freiermuth. Oh, and it's well covered. The safety drifted over and found Pat Freiermuth. He's unable to come down with it. So that turns the ball over on downs. Now the Ravens will be content to just kind of run out the string here as they hand off to Derrick Henry. Up by 10, 20 seconds left in the game. And Henry has nowhere to go there, so the Ravens will punt it. And this could and will end the game here, as the Steelers succumb to Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson, and the rest of that Baltimore team, whose defense played terrific. Remember, Russell Wilson only had those 12 passing yards in the first half. He's able to get some chunk plays late and get up to 113, mostly on dropbacks to Jalen Warren, who then made some plays on his own. And Derrick Henry, the pedestrian game by his standards, just the 63 yards. But they were 63 meaningful yards, and he puts the Ravens in position to potentially get one of those coveted first-round buys. So we get into our penultimate matchup here this evening with Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets hosting Josh Allen and Troy's Buffalo Bills. The Bills, who had been enjoying a wonderful run this whole season, they entered last week in first place, and unfortunately, for them at least, got knocked back into second place, but still can hold on to that first round bye. He gets a victory here today. And Wilson fumbles! Garrett Wilson fumbles! And it's Oliver on the pickup! And Oliver runs back to the 40! Oh, wow! Aaron Rodgers found Garrett Wilson for a huge gain, and Wilson coughs it up. So now, Jared Allen and his team, who were at the goal line last game, about to run it in for the victory to lock up that number 1 seed before they fumbled. Forced a fumble on the first place from scrimmage from the Jets, and now Josh Allen is in business. And this one falls on Dalton Kincaid's fingertips. It'll be 2nd and 10 for Josh Allen. Bills quarterback, back to pass. Montana product. Looks, and that pass falls incomplete. He saw the receiver a little too late, and that gave the defense time to recover, as this pass to Kincaid also falls incomplete. So the once led by Robert Saleh defense pulls up here against their division rival Buffalo Bills. Reverse the settle for a Tyler Bass field goal after they had terrific field position on the Garrett Wilson fumble. So end-to-end action here in the first quarter as Sean Gibson gives the Jets good field position. Rodgers from the gun. Rodgers under pressure. Rodgers lets it go, and that falls incomplete. Aaron Rodgers coming back from that devastating Achilles injury suffered in Week 1 last season. Hands off to Breece Hall. Breece Hall, one of the more dynamic backs in the NFL, gets the call here, and it looks like it was short. And yes, he was just short from where I was sitting. So, wow, from midfield, the Jets opt to punt it. And they go 3 and out on their second possession after the fumble up into their first. So Bills get the ball back. Allen, back to pass. Allen all day. Allen looking for Cooper. He's got him! 20, 15, 10, 5. Oh, they're just Cooper's down at the 1. Oh, he just doesn't have that same long speed that he had when he was coming out of Alabama and drafted to the Raiders. But a tremendous play there. And Josh Allen surveys the field and has to throw it away in the back of the end zone. You know, a lot of times Josh Allen just kind of takes it himself in these situations. But no, they hand off to James Cook. And he's got the touchdown. So the Bills doing what they need to do against one of the worst teams in the NFL, the New York Jets, and they go 10-0 with about 4.5 minutes left here in the first half. So after the unfortunate fumble from Garrett Wilson at the very beginning of the game, Jets offense not able to do much on their second possession. Ooh, another fumble, but this one goes out of bounds and does not hurt the Jets. Rodgers, under center. Rodgers, play action. He's got Devontae Adams, and Devontae Adams past the 50, and he's got a first down. Rodgers to Adams, that's got a nice ring to it. And Rodgers to Adams, 10, 5, this Jets, Jets. Aaron Rodgers rekindling the magic with Devontae Adams, with whom he played for numerous years their time together in Green Bay. And they get the Jets on the board in emphatic fashion. Codrington. About the 20. Allen from the gun. Josh Allen, perennial MVP candidate. Looking for Dalton Kincaid. Oh, and good coverage on the tight end there. Kincaid, who not able to build off his rookie season. Look for Khalil Shakir. Shakir's got some room. Shakir inside the 40. And Josh Allen finds his most targeted receiver this year, Khalil Shakir, for a big game. Now they hand off to James Cook. James Cook plenty room to the left side. James Cook makes commitment. James Cook inside the 20. James Cook at the 15. And Josh Allen and the Bills are set up in the red zone. This is such a complete team. They can beat you through the air. They can beat you on the ground. They have numerous receiving and running options, including Josh Allen. And their defense has sound scheme and personnel. So really, what a great foundation to a good team with an MVP caliber quarterback in Josh Allen. Here they are, 3rd and 12 in the red zone. Josh Allen, back to pass. Josh Allen, oh, and this falls incomplete. So it looks like the Bills will try for a field goal. And Tyler Bass. That'd be good. Now remember, the Jets got the kickoff to open this game. So the Bills will get the ball back here, likely up by 6. Unless Aaron Rodgers has a little more magic left in him. And that looks like he's trying for the screen pass. It was absolutely nowhere. Breece Hall. Breece Hall's got the room. And Breece Hall, taken down. Great tackle by the safety. Looks like that was Poyer on the tackle. Rodgers under pressure. Rodgers desperation heave. And he looks for his old buddy Allen Lazard, but not able to make the reception. Bills all over that Jets run. And they have time for a Hail Mary. Oh, and Aaron Rodgers is taken down. Matt Milano. Can you do the Milano mosh? Aaron Rodgers cannot. And the Bills go into halftime. They're up by a score of 13-7. Of course, the Bills had to settle for 2 field goals after they were deep in Jets territory. And they received the ball to start the second half. Codrington weaves in and out, gets to about the 30-yard line, where Josh Allen comes and will take over. Allen from the gun. Allen. Oh, and he's taken down by Hassan Reddick. Well, Josh Allen tried to tuck and run. By the end of the lane, he's tripped up by a shoestring. Now Allen off target. He's looking for James Cook on the crossing route. And that puts us a little too close to the sideline. So now third down. Keon Coleman, and he comes up towards the first down. The Bills have to punt. So after beginning this drive up by 6, they had to punt. Now the Jets with their first drive of the second half. Rodgers hands off to Breece Hall, and he gets a modest gain on his first down. Now Rodgers understands. Play action. He goes back to Hall, and it's picked up. DeMar Hamlin. Now DeMar Hamlin with the interception, and Rodgers tried to throw across his body, across the field, and they say that's an unwise choice. You think a guy who's been in the NFL for 20 years would understand that? No. Rodgers with the pick. From Josh Allen. 1st and 10. Hands off to James Cook. James Cook off left tackle. And he gets 9 on the carry. This Bills gifted incredible field position. And Dalton Kincaid rumbles into the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. So the Jets defense vacated the middle of the field in that zone, and Dalton Kincaid able to turn his shoulders. Josh Allen read the play beautifully, delivers it on time, and Dalton Kincaid muscles his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So the Bills that much closer to getting that first round bye in the playoffs. As Rodgers looks for Garrett Wilson, he finds Garrett Wilson, 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, and Wilson taken down at the 7. Looked like he could have gone all the way. It might have been a big gas. It is week 18 after all. He looks for Wilson again, and this time it's a touchdown. J-E-T-S, Jets. So Aaron Rodgers keeping the Jets in it ever so slightly. Oh, wait a second. This kick. Oh, just sneaks inside the left upright. Greg the Leg Zerline made an adventure out of that PAT. But with this being the last play of the third quarter, the Jets are only down by a touchdown. So if they're able to hold Josh Allen, or possibly cause a turnover, then we could see some real chaos here in the fourth quarter. Instead, he finds Dalton Kincaid, and Dalton Kincaid's got room to run. He's past the 50, he's inside the 40, inside the 25, 35, he's at the 31-yard line. Dalton Kincaid with the catch and run. Now from the gun. Allen looks for Cooper. He's got Cooper! And Cooper taken down, but not after the gorgeous catch inside the 5-yard line. The Bills are set up. Allen back to pass. He's got a man. And the Bills score another touchdown. That's Amari. Josh Allen to Amari Cooper. And that puts the Bills up by 13 points here in the fourth quarter, and what was possibly a Jets defensive stop away from this being a very tight matchup has turned into almost a formality here for the Buffalo Bills. 3.5 minutes left in the game. Breece Hall. He's to the 20. Rodgers needs a score, needs it quick. Man in his face, and it's intercepted! Benford with the tremendous play! The athleticism, you must have jumped 47 inches on that. Holy mackerel! What a play! So that will certainly end it for the New York Jets here today, as the Bills already with a 2-touchdown lead look to add to it. First and goal from the 10. That's Amari. The Buffalo Bills piling it on here late, and Troy has to be pleased with what his team is doing here. They have gone up by 20 points. And they could add more. The Jets offense has looked absolutely horrible. They've gone 3 and out. They've had numerous times when they didn't get more than one first down. Aaron Rodgers looks like dog do. He finds Devontae Adams. Jets call timeout. Back to pass. Rodgers doesn't see what he likes. Tucks it. He's taken down by Greg Rousseau. Greg Rousseau, one of the better ends in the AFC. And Rodgers again under pressure. This time he's able to evade it. Looks for Garrett Wilson. And Garrett Wilson goes up and makes a grab. Garrett Wilson. He walks into the end zone for the touchdown. J-E-T-S. Jets. And Troy, the Bills were not looking for that outcome, as that cuts into their lead. Back to a 13-point game as the Jets try the onside. Recovered by Khalil Shakir. And Shakir takes it back to the 32-yard line. 10 seconds left. The run to Cook. Cook's got some room, but he won't make it to the end zone. And that's how this game ends. So Troy did lock up his number first round bye anyways. One of the top 2 seeds there. As he takes down the Jets. And that sets up our final matchup. Still a lot on the line here going into the last game. There's potential that Tommy could leapfrog Matt into the upper tier of the playoffs here, but that would take a pretty poor performance from Matt's Washington Redskins. Eagles and A.J. Brown on the return. Brown past the 10. And, of course, that other first-round bye still up for grabs. Evan has a shot at it. And Hurts. Looks like Dotson slipped on his route there. That falls incomplete. Pressure in his face. Now Hurts, he's got time. He looks for Devontae Smith. Looks like he might have overthrown him. Yes. Devontae Smith, who has some speed in his own right, but Hurts a little too amped up on that throw. Oh, and Hurts has a man in his face. Looks for A.J. Brown. And this pass is tipped and falls incomplete. So the Eagles, who have to win this game in order to get that sacred first round bye. Go 3 and out on their first possession in the short punt, and that sets the Washington Redskins up from their own 40-yard line. Jaden Daniels, who's the rookie sensation, he's got plenty of room to run. Jaden Daniels across midfield, he's into the 45, and that's 15 yards for the first down. You have to account for Jaden Daniels coming out of that backfield. He is as much of a threat with his legs as he is with his arm. As Eckler is taken down behind the line of scrimmage for a 3-yard loss. Jaden Daniels, the boot, he's got room. Terry McLaurin. Terry McLaurin on for the touchdown. The Washington Redskins have taken the quick lead here after the Eagles go 3 and out. It only takes them a couple of plays, and the Jaden Daniels bootleg and the Terry McLaurin, who widely underrated Terry McLaurin is. He's had some really crummy quarterbacks in his career, but now he's got a good one in rookie Jaden Daniels, and they take a 7-0 lead. Hurts under pressure. Hurts tries to get rid of it, and this ball falls incomplete. That looked like it had a chance of being picked off, and Jalen Hurts lucky to survive that. Now Jalen Hurts has all day. He looks for A.J. Brown. He's got A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown across midfield. A.J. Brown to the 40, the 30, the 25, the 20, and A.J. Brown with a huge first down. First and 10 inside the red zone. They go to all-world running back Saquon Barkley, who's having a terrific bounce-back season after signing with the Eagles in free agency. And we haven't seen him much so far today. But this time, big Barkley's got some room. Barkley makes man miss. He's got the end zone! Saquon Barkley for the Eagles touchdown! So that feisty defensive front of the Redskins has been giving Jalen Hurts some trouble on their first 2 drives. So what do? You go to the running game, you run right past those defensive linemen who are aggressively pushing upfield, and Barkley finds enough room, and then I think he hurled that man to go into the end zone. Just a terrific individual effort from Saquon Barkley as this first quarter has come to a close. Daniels back to pass. Jaden Daniels. Pressure in his face. Daniels makes an accurate throw. Ooh, and Zacchaeus cannot come up with it. So to start the second quarter, 3rd down and 9. Redskins with the ball at their 24-yard line. And Jaden Daniels not able to connect with Zach Ertz, his tight end. Welcome to the Eagles. So the punt to Brown. And Brown's taken down to the 35-yard line. Hurts from the gun. Hurts tucks it. And he had a lane, but that defensive lineman for the Redskins able to shed his block and take Hurts down for the sack. And now Hurts, his big knock coming out of college was his accuracy, and he was a little offline there for that one. He has worked on that to great effect this season. And now he's looking deep. He's got A.J. Brown deep, and this pass falls incomplete. Great recovery by the safety there from the Redskins, and A.J. Brown, handoff comes down with the pass. Eagles forced to punt again. And Redskins will start the drive from their own 19. So this Redskins defense has really given Jalen Hurts a lot of problems so far in this game. As you see Robinson go for the first down there. Now the pitch to Eckler, Austin Eckler. Finds the lane, gets the first down. First down and 10. Jaden Daniels, quarterback keeper. Jaden Daniels has room to rush. Jaden Daniels shows off speed. And the quarterback out of LSU gets the first down. Now, back to pass. Pocket collapses on him, and it's Milton Williams. Milton Williams, along with Josh Sweat, one of the co-sack leaders of this Eagles defense, comes up big there against Jaden Daniels. And Jaden Daniels shows off the legs again. Jaden Daniels makes it outside. He picks up the sack yardage and more. Third down and 2. With a minute 39 here in the half, Commanders call their first timeout. Handoff. No, it's fake. Daniels says all day he's looking for Terry McLaurin. He's got Terry McLaurin. It's a touchdown for Redskins. Terry McLaurin, who again is such an underrated receiver that nobody delivered the ball to most of his career, and now he's paired up with one of the premier young single callers in the league, and he gets the touchdown. So the Eagles will have not a lot of time to work with A.J. Brown helping the cause by getting them across midfield on the kickoff return. That's first attempt from 45. They go to Saquon Barkley. Barkley fights his way to the outside, and he's doesn't go out of bounds, curiously. So we 2nd and 5. Clock running. We go back to Barkley on the toss, and Barkley drifts inside, makes a man miss, and he's got the first down. So with 8 seconds left, the Eagles stop the clock, and they will bring out their field goal kicker, Jake Elliott. And Elliott finds the middle of the uprights from distance. Sets up an intriguing start to the second half here, as the Redskins, Austin Eckler, goes down in the half. So the Commanders with a 14-10 lead over the division rival Eagles. Now, if you'll recall, these teams played 2 weeks ago in a very high-stakes game. The Eagles did finish on top in that one, but the Commanders, of course, they know each other so well, come back 2 weeks later here and they take the lead going into the second half. And I believe the Commanders, Redskins, get the ball to start the second half if they do. Nervous times in Eagle Land. Matt's Redskins already eliminated from the top tier of the playoffs, but could certainly play spoiler here and knock Greg out of the top and first round bye positions. Brian Robinson goes back over the middle. Robinson for the first down. And the Redskins are driving. Brian Robinson again finds the corner, and he's got another 8 yards on first down. And they try Robinson left side again, and the Eagles slow to defend that as Brian Robinson goes for the first down. They're so worried about Jaden Daniels' bootleg to the right side that they are leaving Robinson open on the left. Oh, and that was Josh Sweat who gets his hand up and knocks that ball down from Jaden Williams. Good defensive play there. As Robinson again finds room to the right side, again finds enough for the first down. And the Eagles are not protecting the perimeter very well. They're letting the Redskins get outside again. Brian Robinson and the Commanders lead back has had plenty of success running to that left side here. And now Eckler tries it, and Austin Eckler gets a first down as well. The Eagles have had no answer for the Redskins offense so far, as Jaden Daniels' pass is batted at the line of scrimmage. Now Daniels, there he goes on the quarterback keeper. No, he fires to McLaurin, and there's another touchdown for Terry McLaurin, his third of the game. And this Eagles defense looks absolutely overmatched against the Redskins offense. And Zane Gonzalez puts it up and through. It's a 21-10 lead. A.J. Brown on the return again, and he's been successful in that role. Takes it out past the 30-yard line. Hurts from the gun. Hurts the tuck. No, Hurts taken down by Bobby Wagner. Well, Jalen Hurts, who's keeping his eyes downfield, looks like he's about to throw it to A.J. Brown, but instead he's taken down to the backfield, and that sets up a 3rd and 7 for the Eagles. Here comes pressure. Hurts is taken down by Bobby Wagner again. Oh, the Redskins defense coming up huge all game, and they have absolutely stifled this once considered potent Eagles attack. For the Redskins, the explosive Jaden Daniels take over the 25. Eckler. And Eckler breaks the tackle. He's taken down after a gain of 6. Second and 4. Daniels on. Daniels. Just short of the first down. 3rd and 1. Eagles defense needs to step up. Instead, they leave Terry McLaurin wide open, and he's got another huge gain. First and 10. 40 going in. Hand off to Robinson. Tries the right side. Carries a man with him. Gain of 4. So 2nd and 6 for the Redskins. And this time, they fight their way through and take Brian Robinson down in the backfield. Now, Jaden Daniels, oh my gosh. Jaden Daniels, oh my gosh. He's inside the 15. This could get ugly, folks. And this time, the Eagles remember how Jaden Daniels can run it extremely effectively. It was taken down. Now, across the middle of the field, Zach Ertz, this man, Zach Ertz, this is touchdown! So the Commanders, who started off the season so hot, and then hit a bit of a tough patch there in the middle, are cruising here against the Philadelphia Eagles, and if this result holds, Matt will officially eliminate Tommy from the playoff picture and give Kevin and Troy the 2 first-round byes. So, a lot riding on the rest of this game, but there's the pick, and yeah, the Redskins clearly in control. They have dominated this game from start to finish, and it looks like the Eagles are going to get knocked down to the 3rd seed, which sucks if you're an Eagles fan, I guess. Jaden Daniels back fast. Jaden Daniels taken down by Zach Bond in the backfield. So the Eagles blowing through their timeouts. And we're here with a 2-minute warning. Daniels to Ertz. He's in the red zone. Wow, tremendous play from the Redskins here today as Austin Eckler takes the pitch. He's got nobody in front of him. Eckler in for the touchdown! Redskins! So by virtue of Jake's huge victory earlier, I don't think Matt has quite caught him yet. Of course, the shitty manner with which the Eagles are playing, they could probably fuck it up even more and be losing 42 or even 49-10. Who knows? There's like hot dog shit out there. That's Hurts. Fucking whatever. Probably gets picked off. Oh, it's incomplete. Looking for Devontae Smith. The Alabama alum. Jalen Hurts. Looks for Smith again. This time he got him. Wow, that's about the first thing Hurts has done right all game. I hear Kenny Pickett is the backup on this team. That might be the move going into the playoffs. So the final season rankings will... Looks like it's Troy number 1 with the Bills. The Ravens number 2. The Philadelphia Eagles 3rd. And then Stanley, Jake, and Matt to round out the bracket. Does that mean that Matt and Greg have to play again? Oh, go fuck yourselves. Alright, sweet. Well, that was a riveting round of Tecmo Bowl action. A lot of ups and downs. We laughed, we cried. We saw Jalen Hurts suck a dick. Possibly literally, I couldn't really tell what was going on the sidelines there. And the Commanders womp 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 on the shitty Eagles 35-17. Is that a 27% completion percentage with the pick? Go fuck yourself, Jalen Hurts. Go fuck your 7 for 38 for Saquon. Are you fucking kidding me? Jaden Daniels and Brian Robinson are demolishing things. Oh, Terry McLaurin, 427. Good stuff. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the first round of the playoffs. This is Greg Davis for producer Travis Big Chucks Gonzalez. Thanks for watching. Don't suck as much as the Eagles do. Good night.
Have a good night, folks.